Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today I simply had a hankering, and that hankering was to share with you my love for Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm here playing the Game of the Year edition, and we're going to start a new game. I'll leave the brightness and the 3D I think how it is. Continue. Let's go with normal difficulty and let's crack on, shall we? This game for me was such a lovely surprise. I first saw trailers for it, I do believe, on the Dark Knight DVD, and I have to say I wasn't entirely sold. There's something about the rhythm of that trailer, which I'll put in here before the action starts.
Batman Arkham Asylum coming soon on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and games for Windows.
Yeah, there was something about it which just didn't sit very well with me, and I think it just felt as though it was going to be style over substance, especially following games which I'd played in the past, including, for example, Batman Forever, a couple of other sort of, Batman games on the Mega Drive. There often seemed to be, and the passable but still not perfect Batman Begins on the GameCube. I just felt myself not really knowing what to think. I'm primarily thinking that basically I wasn't going to have the feeling of being Batman, that this was going to be a paint by numbers, scary Batman game. But obviously I heard about the reviews. I heard more and more about, for example, the voice cast, Mark Hamill as the Joker, Kevin Conroy as Batman, and my interest was piqued. And by the time I actually came to buy this game, I didn't buy, obviously, the Game of the Year edition straight away, but when I first bought this game, fairly soon after release, I was extremely excited, and I'm so happy that the excitement paid off. This is one of those rare things in computer games where actually the game outshines the hype, as opposed to having the hype oversell it. Assassin's Creed 3, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Unity. I know that's not how coffee actually works, but
That's Warden shop to you.
But all of this is just brilliant.
Yo, Frankie, how's the wife and kids? You miss me? Shut it, clown. A lot of people really want to talk.
I love this whole opening sequence in terms of how it actually sets up the game, sets up the story to come. But crucially, before you know that actually some of this stuff is significant for the plot that happens later, you're actually being soaked in the atmosphere of Arkham Asylum. Now, Arkham Asylum is a fantastic game because obviously it has its own beautiful art style, but also it draws so much of the Batman lore. It's completely and utterly totally soaked in and influenced by, for example, Arkham Asylum, a serious house on a serious earth. It's got elements of problem fixed. It's clearly influenced by elements of, for example, the animated series, the look of the universe, the way which Gordon and Batman's relationship is. This game made by Rocksteady Studios is a game made by fans for fans, and the setting of Arkham Asylum is a perfect test bed for it. Now, let me just fix the camera settings here because they're slightly annoying me. Invert look, yes. Now, it's the perfect sort of test bed for it because, and by that I mean, obviously because this went on to be a larger series with Arkham City and eventually Arkham Knight. But being contained within Arkham Asylum means, just as, for example, with the Arkham Asylum graphic novel, you can have a contained story which is completely about and completely encompassed by the people within the asylum. They're not having to worry about an open world environment, although the game does sort of tease that here and there. Obviously, there are moments later on in the game where you, for example, I don't know, where you can glide off tops of roofs. I just wanted to be able to glide across the bay, you know, and get to Gotham City. But aside from those slight limitations, the limitations actually serve to focus you. Yeah, they serve to focus the story. They focus the player. For example, little details like this.
Is that a crocodile I hear? What's up, Doc? Pencil me in for tomorrow at 4.
So she is significant. Yeah, it serves to focus you, and focus you in a way which is extremely pleasing. Because it means that you can go looking for all the Easter eggs. You know, you can find Harvey Dent's cell. You can find bits of information about the Arkham family, and, for example, the story surrounding Jeremiah Arkham and is it Buffalo Bill, or no, Buffalo Bill's from Mad Dog. Buffalo Bill is obviously from Silence of the Lambs. You can have sequences such as when the Scarecrow unleashes these surreal levels that you have to try and play through, these hallucinations. And all of it feels, it just feels right. It feels beautifully elegant and detailed. Speaking of beautifully elegant and detailed, the character model for Batman is wonderful. When I first saw more detailed gameplay, I was a bit worried about the stiffness of his shoulders, but actually he plays beautifully. And the Joker looks fantastic. Look at that. I like the fact that he's going a bit more bald than usual. Quite a strong widow's peak going on there. A little bit like me. So here we go. Again, this focused environment means that we get to have these little moments like this.
We got another cycle on the way. Can you smell the excitement in the air? No? Must have been one of the guards then. Rocco boy.
And these terrible jokes as well. There's the elevator that's struggling to bring Croc up.
Keep your weapons trained on it at all times.
I mean, this is an introduction to the game. So powerful. We haven't even started the game yet, and yet, we're in, aren't we? We're plugged into this world.
What's it doing? I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Now, obviously, this makes for a
Won't stop me from killing you.
for a superb boss battle later on in the game.
That reminds me, I really need to get me some new shoes.
Terrible joke again from Joker. Crocodile skin shoes.
How come they let Batman pass security?
Whee! Great night for a party.
Not where you're going.
The night is young, Vance. I still have a trick or two up my sleeve. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit funny how a fire at Blackley caused hundreds of my crew to be moved here? I thought I told you to stay quiet. Oh, Frankie, you really should learn to keep that fat mouth of yours shut. It'll get you into trouble.
Tell me something.
Mark
You've never
Hamill
let me catch you this
is
easily.
excellent.
What are you really after?
Well, nothing much. Hundreds dying in pain and fear. All their meaningless lives brought to a horrifying conclusion. All thanks to you and a book of matches. Was that the answer you wanted?
All patients should avoid contact with prisoners from Blackgate Prison Facility.
What's he doing? Stay where you are. Get a flashlight. Get a light on him.
What? Don't you trust me?
Nope. I don't trust you.
Guest has arrived.
And I love it. So, what an introduction. And as the introduction to a trilogy now of games, this is just excellent.
Busted out of here.
Only 3? I'll be sure to try harder next time. What say we aim for 100?
Here's Gordon.
Long night, Jim.
Joker invades City Hall and holds the mayor hostage, leaving it to me to juggle SWAT teams, the media, and you. Yeah, it's been a hell of a night.
Hopefully the last one will ever have with him.
Yeah, we're right.
Hold it there. Sorry, Batman. Arkham staff only. I assure you, if anyone's qualified, it's...
Listen, I appreciate the assistance, but he'll unsettle the more violent inmates.
I think he's talking about you, Bats. Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here. I'll say it's good to be back.
You okay?
He surrendered almost without a fight.
I don't like it. At least he's back where he belongs. Now!
Joker's loose. Alert the warden.
The joke's on you. Honey, I'm home.
Come on in.
Welcome to the man. I set a trap and who's running gloriously. Now let's get this party started.
Okay. Now the gameplay is excellent. The sort of rhythm-based combat, which makes use of the X button to strike, the Y button to block, and the B button, I believe, is it's like a cape stun, and A button is jump when you when you're in the flow of things. It feels very good, and it's kind of weird actually, because from the first game to the third game, it went from being a highly praised gameplay mechanic to being one which people were saying was now old hat. But somehow, being so incredibly smooth made it too easy. But actually, there's a huge amount of skill, in particular if you're playing the challenge maps, where you basically have to fight, person after person after person in waves. Actually, there's a tremendous amount of skill in terms of getting the rhythm right, thinking tactically as you're doing this, not just button mashing, in order to essentially preserve your life and maximise the damage you're doing to others. So it's an excellent and elegant gameplay mechanic.
Full control of the security gates.
I'll find a way out. Gordon, try and contact the warden. Let him know what's happened. I'll be back.
Don't make promises you can't keep back.
Now this is something else as well, is because of this contained environment, we can have things like these Riddler trophies placed all through the asylum.
Always with these heroes. Gordon watching you. Why didn't you just come find me?
You know it's a trap.
Of course it
Of course
is.
it is.
Details like character bios can be unlocked, recordings of, for example, interviews and sessions, for example, interviews with Harley, interviews between Joker and Harley, this kind of thing, can be unlocked. And also we have these little mini challenges here and there. So, for example, every area has these mechanized laughing dentures that you can take out with your batarangs. It all feels excellent, and the attention to detail is bar none. You know, from the the logos on the coffee mugs to the I was like, that's a bit better look there. To the logos on the leather there of the desk, the books, this world is just crammed with information and with backstory. It's oozing, absolutely positively oozing atmosphere, and I love it. I absolutely loved it the first time I played it, and I love it today.
Everywhere that madman is sure to follow.
See what I mean by the stiff shoulders? A bit of a Val Kilmer run, especially from the back there. Which is quite cool. Makes me think of Batman Forever. Now, there's a rumour I've heard that the solo Batman film that Ben Affleck has written is based in Arkham Asylum, and if that is true, I 100% endorse that. I endorse and support that move. Because Affleck as Batman actually has been superb.
Joker's escaped custody. He's running free in Arkham.
Do you need anything? Is my dad still there?
Commissioner Gordon is safe. Joker's not far ahead. I'll stay in contact.
Once again, the details like being able to plug into Barbara, the Oracle, is superb. I won't talk to him because what's happened is that the Zaz has taken someone hostage. There we go. I'll talk to her though.
This is disgraceful. How did a patient like Victor get free? He wants to kill the guard, you know.
Well, let me talk to the guard.
Zaz has got my buddy. He's gonna fry him. Do something, please.
Keep him occupied. I need to get behind him. I've got to get close enough to Zaz to strike.
He'll see me coming on the ground, so I'll stay up high. These old gargoyles should be able to support my weight if I grapple up to them.
Use of detective vision is superb, and this implements actually, or helps you to implement one of the gameplay mechanics which they call predator gameplay. So in other words, I can glide off and kick Zaz here, or I can only glide off at this stage, but I could choose, for example, to
Zaz is down, but not for long.
I could choose to jump down off a gargoyle and stalk someone. You can hang up eventually people who you've knocked out off gargoyles and freak other people out in the room. It's all part of playing as and being essentially Batman, which is just excellent. Something else which is excellent is Harley Quinn. I think she's quite good in this. The hot nurse. I'll leave that there, shall I? Ah, she's taking the shop hostage.
You have one chance to surrender, Quinn.
Testing pass, but no dice. Now the inmates are running the asylum. Well, technically the Joker's screwed, shipped him from Blackgate. But you get the idea. Bye-bye for now. Batman, you picking this up?
Oracle, I'm here.
Arkham Asylum just vanished off the network.
He's in control of the security system. He's probably isolated it from the grid.
That's not all he's done. All police feeds are reporting he's placed bombs all over Gotham. Says he'll detonate them if anyone sets foot on Arkham Island. It's being suppressed at the moment, but the story will break any time now.
He's lying. It's just a diversion to keep people away.
How do you know?
I know him.
I do love the way that Batman is a bit arrogant. No, I know him.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber. She never was very bright.
Batman, I'm patching you into the guard radio feed.
Steve, more Blackgate prisoners. By the boiler. Who's that behind them?
sneaking through the air ducts.
He's free, and I break out! Sorry, feed's down. Comms are up and down like crazy. It's not good. I'll keep trying.
And the use of things like that, the comms going up and down to tell the story, is one of the storytelling mechanics that I appreciate the most. You know, as with games like, I keep on talking about it, but for example, Half-Life, or games such as
Decontamination room. Toxins detected.
Trapped in there.
Warning, decontamination system. Area
Damn it.
sealed.
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas. Anyone caught in there is dead.
Are you gonna get in there and help them, Batman?
Yes, I am. Oh no, didn't mean to do that. There you go.
I can see people. They're still moving.
They're already dead, son. So yeah, this game, the real strength of this game is the fact that it just makes you feel like Batman. You get to approach scenarios in inventive and creative ways.
You're gonna be fine. Stay here.
And essentially, you also get to muck up. You know, if you die for the most part in this game, you've died because you've done something stupid, like almost falling into a room full of Joker toxin. Hang on, off we go.
Batman's here. Hold on a little longer, Steve. I can't.
Hold on, Steve.
I'm going after the animal who did this.
There we go.
Batman, the extraction system. Steve was trying to get to the control panel at the end of the room. He left me here.
Shall I rescue him? Go on then. Knock him out. Now, I could spend hours looking at all the details in rooms such as this, but one of my favourites is over here. Things like these decontamination chambers, showers, and it's all just a little bit grim, isn't it, and nasty, and fits perfectly with the Gotham universe.
Joker doesn't stand a chance. Oh, hear me.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So it's amazing how quickly things get out of control. You know, it doesn't take all that much. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about this game. And one of the beautiful things actually about the Joker character. He really highlights that all it takes is some money in the right place, a bit of careful planning, and almost any system, any group of people can fall into chaos, as it were. Now obviously that's something which Heath Ledger's Joker really brought to the fore, but I think Mark Hamill manages it in the past in a much more light-hearted way, but in this game in a very pointed kind of grim way, I think, and I love it. Okay, Batman is done being patient. And here is one of the crux of the plots for the game. These ideas of these inmates who are roided up on a special toxin. Come on. Come on, man, come on. Oh! Heck off. Oh, okay, that worked. Is he gonna... Okay, and now... But he's gonna recover soon. I need to jump out the way. Yep. I do love Batman's super confident stance. You know, it gives you confidence that you're not the sort of person who rolls into electrical fences. Huh? Oh. Oh.
That was unexpected, wasn't it? Now well,
That wasn't expected.
so need stronger test subjects. Seeing as how I'm feeling generous, I'll give you this one for free. Knock me off, I dare you. End this. Pull the plug, stop me once and for all. Ah, you're getting too predictable, Bats. But I love the same chat. I'm hardly to organize. I've got guests flying in from all over Arkham. You'll see.
And let's leave it there for now, I think. From here, the game continues to develop, and essentially the story unfolds. I just love it. I absolutely love how you are drawn into a story which feels like a really good graphic novel. And I believe the writers of this game are some very notable and noteworthy Batman writers, and it really shows. It feels as though you are in a mini comic series, and they've taken the best of the potential of Arkham Asylum as a place and really gone to town on bringing you a detailed, immersive and well realized gameplay experience. It's not just good combat, it's not just good storytelling, it's not just a great setting, it's not just atmosphere, it's not just fan service, and it's not just style over substance. This is everything in one gorgeous, beautiful, amazing game, and it only gets better and better. Now, from here, Batman goes on to employ more of his detective skills, and you, as the player, really start to feel as though you are actually in control of the Dark Knight. And that's what makes this game so brilliant, and that's why I simply had to play it today, and I figured I'd share it with you just now. One last thought though, and that is, I wonder why there's never been a really good Superman game. And possibly part of the answer to that is the reason why this game is so good, and that is that its structure makes it excellent. The fact that you are within the asylum, you are contained within its environment, that you have to use your wits to survive, those are things which translate really well onto a gameplay, onto a gamepad. Whereas if Superman was in this situation, he could just bust through walls, X-ray vision the place, find the things he had to find much more quickly than Batman. And as a gameplay mechanic, it's really hard to think of ways to limit that, short of having some unrealistic scenarios such as everything being lined with lead, this kind of thing. I hope that there's a good Superman game that comes at some point. Obviously, we've had travesties such as Superman 64 in the past, but I think that might be part of the problem, is that Superman and his attributes, especially the attributes which he developed in the past couple of decades, have made him really, actually, he's OP, isn't he? He's overpowered for whatever scenario he's in. Whereas in this game, you feel as though you're surviving because of your wits, because your tech, because your timing, and you never really all that much feel completely overpowered, completely on top of the situation. Anyway, that's my little rant on Superman over for now. But yeah, here's hoping there's a decent Superman game that comes along soon. This game was a wonderful surprise when it first came out, and I'm so pleased that I can now play it whenever I want. Anyway, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's been a slightly longer video than normal, but I think that intro was worth going through as an experience properly. And I guess, as ever, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.